Electronic drums or acoustic drums? What's going to be best for you? Well, I'm going to go over some things, some positives, some negatives. I've had this kit for 1 year now. I bought it at the end of January of 2021. It's the end of January 2022. It's the Roland TD17 KV kit. So I have a good sense of what I might like, what I might not like, and compared to an acoustic set, which I've always had. Any positive thing I say about perhaps the electronic drums could be a negative for the acoustic drums, so I'm not going to go like, these are all positives for this is all positives for the acoustic. This is all the negatives, this is a negative. It's going to kind of be combined and interchangeable. So let's go with the first thing. I am in a condo. I am in Las Vegas. I'm on the second floor. There's only two levels, first floor, second floor, and they're very quiet and everything else as far as the neighborhood. Electronic drums, if you live in a condo, you live in an apartment, you live in even a house, if you have brothers and sisters and parents at work and they don't want to be bothered unless you have a soundproof room, electronic drums are the way to go, okay? I could not have an acoustic drum set here in this condo in practice or play. Cannot. Preemptively, I was aware of, okay, I'm on the second floor, I have wood floors. I need the pad drums, I need the electronic drums so I can hear drums but play on the pads and not be intrusive to the neighbors. But preemptively, knowing that, I'm very courteous and respectful when it comes to this. I went to the sporting goods store, I bought some Home Depot and the sporting goods store, I bought some gym mats, like little, very lightweight, they're, you know, half, 3/4 of an inch thick or whatever they are. And I bought some thinner mats that are with Home Depot for that were like little noise reduction, and I just layered them on the floor. And I have a rug with a very thick padding underneath, one of those spongy paddings, and I put that on top, and I put a little fabric over for aesthetics just to look okay, and that way it absorbs any of the sound, because while acoustics are loud no matter what, these are pads, they do make sounds. So, you know, if you can hear a neighbor talking, if you can hear their TV, even though it's not blaring, you could hear. Okay? You can hear that, cymbals. Bass drum. The bass is the loudest of hitting the drums and the cymbals. It has the beater has, of course, a felt side on one side, and you can turn it around. It has a hard side on the other side. You're not supposed to use the felt side on the mesh head of the bass. The bass thing is about this wide, this long, because it'll start tearing the mesh a little bit. So what I did was I bought a little protector. It's a little round protector. It goes right in the center where the beater hits, and then I turned the felt side on. So it makes it a little quieter, even though it's still, you know, you're going to hear that. It'll seep through. What I actually do with the bass, if I'm just practicing, like right now I don't have it on, but when I'm practicing or just when I'm not recording anything, I'll slip this over the top of the bass thing, and the pedal will be hitting this, so it muffles it a little more. It's still, you can hear it. I bought hot rods for the reason, like, I might play at 3 in the morning. I'm in Vegas, who sleeps? So 3 or 4 in the morning, I might use these, just, again, not to wake anybody up. They're a little bit quieter. And I also set my drums in the living room, dining room area. I was gonna put it in the spare bedroom, but I said, ugh, above someone who's sleeping, no, it ain't gonna work. So I have it here, and if I play late at night, you know, they're in the bedrooms, and I have no problem. So anyway, but from a quiet standpoint, acoustic ain't gonna work. Will not work where I'm at or in apartments or anything. So this is the way to go. Second of all, you got 50 preset kits that come with it, and then you got 50 empty slots where you can configure your own however you want. So you have a choice of 100 customizations of drum kits that you can put in. You buy the acoustic set, you got one. This is how it sounds. You tune it, boom, you're done. That's how it's going to sound the rest of the night. Here, you can have, if you're playing a gig where you play a couple different styles, even if you're a rock band or whatever, you might play a little Latin rock or might play a fusion rock, some sort of thing. You can change the kit in a second. Just have it ready. We'll play this song. Okay, boom, this kit. Next song. Okay, I'm going to go to the funk kit. Boom, boom. Configure your own. Put it in. The customization is great. On the positive side of an acoustic drums, they look great. They look great. Shiny. The hardware. The cymbals. The shiny cymbals. And I don't know if there's any electronic drums, no matter what price range, that doesn't have the black-looking cymbals. Maybe they do, making a shiny cymbal-looking thing electronically, but the acoustics look great on stage. Now, I've seen these on stage in a Vegas lounge. This exact kit, actually. I've seen this in a lounge, a little small. It's great. It fits in little small spaces if you want, which brings me to how lightweight it is. All right, it's lightweight. If I want to take this onto a gig, and SUV, if you have an SUV, if you have a van, whatever, I can pick up the whole thing. All the drums come with it. All the cymbals are attached. Turn it sideways, slide it in. You're ready to go. The only thing that I have to carry separately is the hi-hat pedal. I don't have the stand. The stand doesn't come with this model kit. And the bass pedal and the little bass kick, the kick part, the kick pad. So you can put those in a bag, a little gym bag, sling it over your shoulder, pick up the rest in one trip. That's it. If it's too high, you just lower the pole. When you get to the gig, just raise the pole again. This comes with Bluetooth. I like the recording element of this. You can record into an SD card on the electronic drums. Great. They sound great coming right out of it. I can go directly into my software on the computer to an interface, whatever. If I want to go right, boom. It's right there. I don't have to worry. Acoustic drums, you have it in the studio, whatever, you're at home, you want to do some videos and instructional videos and stuff, you got to mic it properly. You can play it raw, but, it's going to sound raw. So, buying the microphone, micing the bass drums, the snare drums, putting the mics on the cymbal and mixing it, etc. It's more time consuming and costly because you got to buy all this stuff. Here, boom, right into the card or right into the computer. You got that sound. Sounds great. The thing with the electronic drums, because you say, well, does it feel like a real drum, acoustic drum when you're hitting the heads? Well, the drums today, the modern electronic drums, yes, they actually have a real feel to them. Now, you can adjust the tension just like you can on an acoustic set. So it comes with a drum key. You have the things here, boom, tighten, 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 or loosen, loosen, loosen. So you can adjust it to how you like playing on an acoustic set. If you want this large tom being real loose, you can make it real loose, right? The difference is you don't change the tuning of it. On an acoustic set, if you tighten, you're upping the tuning. If you loosen, it's lowering the tuning. Tightening the tuning, lowering the tuning on any drum. So if you want the snare drum tighter on the electronic drum, just tighten it. It's not going to change the tuning. The tuning is done in the module. You can just go in, change if you want it higher, lower, this tom sounding higher, lower, or however you want, you go into there. I love that, all right? So the tension here is only adjusting how you like to hit the head on each tom. That's it. On an acoustic set, you're adjusting the tuning as well as the tightness. So there you go. That's a positive to me for this. Let's go to some of the negatives regarding the electronic drums. I can only speak for what I have. Okay, I'm not speaking for all electronic drums. I have, like I said, the Roland TD17KV, so that's all I can speak of, having played it for a year. Now, on an acoustic drums, here's what I like about the acoustic drums. I can hit the drum anywhere on the acoustic drum. You'll give me a different tone, like on the snare drum. If I want to play on the edge here on the electronic drum, actually, wherever I'm playing, I'm getting basically the same sound. Same with all the drum. I can't get different tonal qualities by playing toward the edge and then working my way up to the middle, which I like on the acoustic set. All right, I just like that. So you can really get different dynamics and different feels, especially like if you're doing a jazz thing, you might want to be on that edge of the drum and then work your way or get different feels. All right, so that's a cool thing. Now I'm going to do this. If I do this, let's see, I'll do it on here. Okay, I'm getting the same sound no matter what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is I'm depressing and loosening and pressing the drum. That on an acoustic drum, you'll hear the pitch rise and lower on that. For example, on here, if I'm doing it on the snare. So on the pad, all right, I can't do that on the electronic drums. Okay, it's giving me the same sound no matter what. So I can't play with creativeness on a drum, especially if you're doing like a drum solo and you want to be tasteful and creative and stuff. There's a lot of ways you can manipulate on an acoustic drum to get different sounds that I can't do on the electronic drums. Or a thud, if I want to muffle a stroke, a rebound stroke versus a muffled stroke, and just keep it into that drum. I'm getting the same hit no matter what. All right, basically the same. Whereas it's different sounding, especially on a large tom, on an acoustic set, you really get that muffled sound. So that comes in handy. I like using that for certain things. All right, just muffling that stroke amidst the rebound strokes. As far as the cymbals go, these two cymbals in the hi-hat came with the kit. This I bought separately a few months down the line to get the bell sound. Choking the cymbals. You can't choke these, but I've done videos where I'll hit the cymbals and I go to choke it, and there's an area hit, but it's sometimes hard to hit it, and I think I'm hitting it and I don't. So on a regular cymbal, of course, you could choke it easily. Boom. Oh. See, that worked that time. It never does that. The hi-hat is, again, I don't have the stand. And on a regular hi-hat, on an acoustic set, I like the pressure sensing. I like the fact that I can really press the pedal harder and I get a different tone, or loosen up on it and get a different tone, and then completely come off the pedal or have it up, and I just get the single cymbal part, single cymbal sound on the regular acoustic hi-hat. Here, I have two sounds. My foot is not on the pedal right now at all. It's just loose. But it has that sound of, the cymbals being together, but they're not tight. Right? I can't get the single sound. Or if I'm on the pedal, that's the sound. I can't press harder to get a different sound. Okay, I'm pressing harder and softer. I'm getting the same sound. I like on the regular hi-hat, you can manipulate, again, get different tonal qualities. It can add little flavors depending on what you want to do. So you can do more. So here it's either open, closed. Another negative would be, well, it's electric. There's electricity. You got to plug it in. You got to have an outlet. If you have a house with an outlet or an apartment with an outlet, you're good. If you don't, where are you living? So just one wire goes to the outlet, of course. All the rest of the wires are hooked up to the drums, and they're well managed. There's brackets, you just go along the bracket. They come with clasps, so you maintain them just like computer cables, and so it's not dangling on the ground or anything. The only thing, like I said, is the power cord is coming from the module into the outlet. That's the only cord that drags. The rest are contained in the brackets and stuff. So electricity, how much is it used? Not much. I don't even notice anything. All right, so it's very minimal. I don't notice any difference in my electric bills. So it's not a big deal. I'm just saying that you got to have power to play. Recording, this is probably what I don't like the most, I guess. I wish, and this might be common, this might be a common thing, I'm not sure. But when I'm recording, if I've done instructional videos or whatever and want to demonstrate something slower at a certain tempo, and I will put the drum beat, which I would have done on the computer at a certain tempo in MuseScore, whatever program, to put the drum beat at a certain tempo. So I have to play that same tempo on the drums while I'm talking to you. So I'll have that going. But if I wanted to go, okay, now let's do a little faster. Let's, we're doing it at 90 beats per minute. Now let's go to 120 beats per minute. I cannot change to 120 beats per minute while I'm recording. I have to stop recording, export that track. By export the file, it just means like, it says export, yes, boom, enter, boom, and it's on the SD card. That's what I mean. And then you have to start another recording. So I got to stop the camera, start the camera again if I want to change it to 120. Now it's going at 120 and press record, boom. So I can't change any settings. I can't change if I'm playing on the acoustic drum. This is the acoustic drum. This is number 1 right out of the box. Okay, it's the acoustic. Now, if I wanted to change the acoustic to funk, just to demonstrate, like, all right, let's, we can do a funk beat now, let's do a funk, change it. I can't. I have to stop the recording again and then start recording again. Stop the camera, start the camera again. So I don't like that. That seems like a simple thing. I don't know. I'm not an electrical engineer to know that. It seems like you should be able to do that. Keep recording, but change settings or whatever, and while you're recording, can't. So I really, probably the main thing is I don't like that, but it's okay. That's the way it is. I don't know if it's like that on any of the drums, even the higher end ones. Basically, what it comes down to, the acoustic drums look great on stage. They're fantastic. The lights hitting them, it's great. You can manipulate a little more of the sounds and get different creative things off acoustics. But everything else leads toward electronic drums. Again, just from a practice standpoint, you can't play acoustics in an apartment. You'll get kicked out. You'll get evicted. So now, if you have a budget and you plan on wanting to spend $2,000 to $5,000 on an acoustic set, I want a really good acoustic set. I want good wood, and I want a good brand, and it's going to cost that much. I honestly would go with the electronic acoustic designs. All the companies now have them. If not, I think they all have them, or some version of an acoustic design, because that's where the technology was heading. Like, everybody went, oh, I like the electronic drums, but I wish they looked like, real drums. And now they do. So you can go out and buy them. So if you go, I'm going to spend $3,000, I'm going to get a really good acoustic set. I'm not going to be able to practice on it at home, but I'll play on it and practice on a pad or something. Well, if you're going to spend that much money, get the combination, get the best of both worlds. The great looking set with the electronic customizations you could do pretty much anything with, all right? That's the way to go. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Please subscribe if you're so inclined. Now you go have some fun. You go drum. I'm going to just put some stuff away and clean up. All right. That's it.